when you have that opportunity where something you believe in should be possible and the technology is enabling that, that's a pretty good way to kind of start a business. And that's how we got started with Box. And there were some major new macro factors that let us realize this was different than if we had started it back in 2000 when a bunch of the other companies that were doing this went out of business. The first is there's 8x storage efficiency. Everyone is probably familiar with Moore's Law. If not, you should be. But every single 18 months, and now even kind of sooner in a lot of cases, there's a doubling of performance and efficiency in how we do our computing. And that was, and storage was no exception. So when we started the company in 2005, we could store 8 times the amount of information in the same amount of space for the same amount of cost than you could have 5 years ago. And so this was a great opportunity for us to start the company with much lower costs and a much sort of easier way to scale up. And there was also globalization and sort of remote workforces starting to emerge. So people wanted to work from anywhere. They wanted to be able to share information with anyone. And we were experiencing this firsthand at school, but we sort of had the suspicion that other people had this problem as well. And you had Ajax, you had modern browsers, Firefox was just starting to come out, and you had much better bandwidth. You couldn't have done this back in 2000 because it was we had much slower internet. It was much harder to share information. You can't really share data at 56 kilobytes a second, but with broadband that really made it possible. And so we had these new macro factors that made Box a better reality today. So we decided to commercialize the cloud. Let's take something that's very fringe, something that some of the geeks and some of the other people will do on the edge of the market, and really bring that to the masses. And that was a pretty good lesson.